Today is day 13 of Advent of Cyber, and today's challenge is called Simply Having a Wonderful pcap Time. After receiving the phishing email on day 6 and investigating mail on day 12, it seemed everything was ready to go back to normal. However, the monitoring system started to show suspicious traffic patterns just before closing the case. Now, Santa's SOC team needs to help in analysing these suspicious network patterns. But the learning objectives are: learn what traffic analysis is and why it still matters, learn the fundamentals of traffic analysis, learn the essential Wireshark features used in case investigation, learn how to assess the patterns and identify anomalies on the network, learn to use additional tools to identify malicious addresses and conduct further analysis, and help the ELF team investigate suspicious traffic patterns. Packets are the most basic unit of the network data transferred over the network. When a message is sent from one host to another, it is transmitted in small chunks, each called a packet. Packet analysis is the process of extracting, assessing, and identifying network patterns, such as connections, shares, commands, and other network activities like logins and system failures from the pre-recorded traffic files. Network traffic is a pure and rich data source. A packet capture, pcap, of nature events provides a rich data source for analysis. Capturing live data can be focused on traffic flow, which only provides statistics on the network's traffic. On the other hand, identifying and investigating network patterns in depth is done at a packet level. Consequently, threat detection and real-time performance troubleshooting cannot be done without packet analysis. Most network-based detection mechanisms and notification systems ingest and pass packet-level information to create alerts and statistical data. Also, most red, blue, purple teaming exercises are optimized with packet-level analysis. Lastly, even encoded, encrypted network data still provides value by pointing to an odd, weird, or unexpected pattern or situation, highlighting that packet analysis still matters. So the essentials to packet analysis are having network and standard protocols knowledge of the network and protocol operations is a must. An analyst must know how the protocols work and which protocol provides particular information that needs to be used for analysis. Also, knowing the normal and abnormal behaviors and patterns is a big plus. Familiarity with attack and defense concepts. You can't detect what you don't know. An analyst must know how the attacks are conducted to identify what is happening and decide where to look. Practical experience in analysis tools. You can't burn down the haystack to find a needle. An analyst must know how to use the tools to extract particular information from packet bytes. When the time comes to do packet level analysis, it might sound hard to implement in theory and practice, but creating checklists and mini playbooks will make the analysis process considerably easier. Simple process checklist for practical packet analysis shown below. So hypothesis. Having a hypothesis is important for citing packets. The analyst should know what to look for before starting analysis. Packet statistics. Viewing the packet stats can show the analyst the weight of the traffic in the capture file. It helps analysts see the bigger picture in terms of protocols, endpoints, and conversations. Known services. The services used in everyday operations like web browsing, file sharing, and mailing are called known services. The analyst should know which protocol is associated with which service. Sometimes adversaries use the known services for their benefit, so it's important to know what the normal looks like. Unknown services. Unknown services are potential red flags. The analyst should know how to research unknown protocols and services and quickly use them for the sake of analysis. Known patterns. Known patterns represent the analyst's knowledge and experience. The analyst should know most common and recent case patterns to successfully detect the anomalies at first glance. Environment. The analyst has to know the nature and dynamics of the working environment. This includes IP address blocks, host name and username structure, use services, external resources, maintenance schedules, and average traffic load. Wireshark is an industry standard tool for network protocol analysis and is essential in the traffic and packet investigation. You can view, save, break down the network traffic with it. A quick tool demonstration for fundamental analysis is shown below. So now click the start button at the top. I'll do that now and be back when it's ready. Okay, so let's finish loading and let's continue. So open Wireshark and go through the walkthrough below. Once you double click the pcap file, it will load up the tool. Alternatively, you can open the tool and drag and drop the file or use the file menu. So we've got the pcap file here, let's open that. It's opening up Wireshark. Let's continue. After opening a pcap file for the first time, it might look daunting to decide where to focus. Breaking down all the packets in a tree-based view will make the analysis easier. Statistics will show the overall usage of the ports and services, so it will be slightly easier to see the bigger picture in the capture file. Use statistics, then protocol hierarchy menu to view the overall usage stats. So statistics, protocol hierarchy. We can see that there's a lot of TLS and HTTP requests. So that should give an idea as to what we're looking at. Probably web traffic. Yep, so the majority of the traffic is TCP and HTTP. You can also view the connections by IP and TCP UDP ports protocols to view the overall usage of the ports and services, including the total packet numbers transferred over the particular port and between two hosts. The next step is viewing the IP conversations to spot if there is a weird, suspicious, not usual IP address in use. Statistics and conversations to view list of IP conversations. So go here, statistics, conversations. So this IP address 10.10.29.186 is involved in all the traffic, and we can see the majority of its conversations were with 10.11.5.137. Now we have a detailed list of the IP addresses, port numbers, and the numbers of packets transferred from one point to another. This information will help us identify suspicious IP addresses, connections, and ports. Analyze the details carefully. We may discover the IP addresses and services used by the Bandit Yeti APT. So let's analyze the findings in the section. Navigate to the TCP part and look at the results. The port 80 is used as a communication medium in TCP. Port 80 represents the HTTP service. Next, you can view the DNS service is also used by navigating to the UDP section. Now we have the two target protocols to analyze. Before continuing on specific protocol analysis, you should have completed the following checks and answered some analysis questions. So after viewing the conversations, we collected the following information: source and destination IP addresses, protocols, port numbers, and services. So let's focus on the HTTP and DNS. As the nature of these protocols, everything transferred over these protocols is clear text. At this stage, filtering the DNS packets to view the interacted domains is a good start before deep diving into clear text data. Type DNS in search bar, do that here, DNS, and we can see all DNS requests made. So you can see cdn.bandityeti.thm. So before we continue, let's answer some of the questions here. So in the protocol hierarchy, what is the percent packets value of HTTP? Let's quickly do that again. Protocol hierarchy. So we need to remove this filter first and then do that. So HTTP is 0.3%. So now conversation TCP section. So let's do that. Which port was received more than 1,000 packets? So if we go back to here, this one had more than 1,000 packets. This was 10.11.5.13. Okay, here 10.11.4.3 3389, which is RDP 3389. What is the service name of the protocol used that received more than packets? That is RDP. Okay, now on to DNS filter. So let's do that. So the two domains in alphabetical order and defanged. So that would be Best Festival Company, then to defang it, bracket like this. And the next one is bandityeti.thm. Okay, something's wrong there. Wants us to include the CDN thing. CDN dot. Wait. Best Festival Company. Bandit Yeti. Still wrong. CDN, or maybe it's expecting brackets here. There we go. Okay, so filter the HTTP packets. What are the names of the requested files in alphabetical order and defanged? So there is favicon.io, ICO. Then there is mysterygift.exe. Which IP just downloaded the executable file? So that is this one, 10.10.29.186. Sorry, defanging it. 10.10.29.186. Which domain address hosts the malicious file? Okay, here we go. We can see right here in the request URI, it's got the URL there. So this is cdn bandityeti.thm. What is the user agent value used to download the non-executable file? And the user agent is here, nim http client. So nim http client, that was / in the version, then 1.6.8. Okay, so export objects from the pcap file. What's the SHA-256 hash value of the executable file? Well, there's probably a section for the exporting. Okay, right there, file export HTTP menu, file export objects HTTP. We want this one. Save that into the downloads. So with that saved, we can open the terminal. Just move into the downloads. Then SHA-256 sum mystery gift, And we've got the SHA-256 of that here, so paste that here. Yep. So search the hash value of the executable on VirusTotal. So let's go VirusTotal. There are multiple IP addresses associated with it. We'll first search for it. Maybe it's relations. Okay, there are a few IP addresses there. So we'll copy this, put it in here, and then defang it. And we will grab this. And finally this one. Okay, well it doesn't like that order. Okay, I was only expecting a few IP addresses. Maybe this 8.8.1 wasn't meant to be there. There we go. Okay, so that is day 13 of Advent of Cyber completed. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe.